So wrapping up another long day. I shouldn't even call it a long day. It was a great day. It just started real early and ended late, right? And of course, you already know my thoughts on it. It was a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's always exciting to be able to wake up and know that you're building an asset, a business, empowering and helping individuals, and also at the same time building financial independence, putting you at a point where you get money as an issue out the way, so you can spend time giving back to those, being altruistic, walking on purpose, and basically being able to, that was pretty annoying, being able to share your gifts. So I'll cut right to the chase, right? One of my biggest concerns I have with associates who are building their Legal Shield franchise and business is simply this. And look, one of the biggest challenges with our business is, to be transparent with you, it's just $99 to join. That's it, right? You pay $99. And to be transparent, I mean, you pretty much have access to the same resources that the individuals who are earning 6 and 7, soon to be 8 figures on a yearly basis are enjoying, right? So it's not like a traditional brick and mortar business, right? Where if you own a Subway, if you own a McDonald's, if you start up a flower shop, if you run a real estate company or an investment advising agency, if you are the senior partner of a law firm, at the end of the day, if you don't wake up in the morning and decide that you're going to do 2 to 3 exposures, you wake up and decide, hey, I'm not going to read the book of the month, I'm not going to be on that conference call, I'm not going to take advantage of a training, let's just be real. I mean, for all intents and purposes, there's no real consequence, right? At least not immediately, right? At least a consequence is not apparent, right? There's no real pain, right? You spent $99, less than the cost of a pair of sneakers, a purse, jeans, right? A pair of frames or glasses, whatever the case may be. The bottom line is you really didn't take a loss. And that's the blessing of our business, right? The fact that you can actually step into entrepreneurship and endure minimum risks, right? You can learn how to become a full-fledged entrepreneur and business owner, whether it be 5 hours a week, 10 hours a week, or if you decide to go full-time. Unlike a traditional business, if you have failures, if you have missteps, if mishaps occur along the way, you don't have to deal with the dire circumstances that traditionally or typically you'd have to endure by being a business owner. And it's a beautiful thing, right? Because regardless of your academic, professional background, despite your age, ethnicity, sex, whatever experience you may have, little or a plethora or an overabundance of business acumen, at the end of the day, we all start on the same level playing field because there's no expense, right? At least not immediately. So that's a challenge. And I know some of you may be saying, well, what do you mean it's a challenge? Well, think about it, right? One of the biggest issues or hurdles to overcome is that $99 issue, that it's only $99. So let's be real. Many of us treat this business like a $99 business. I mean, think about it for a moment. Let's say, hypothetically, you took a job next week, and the starting salary of the job was $100,000 a year. And let's go over the job description of a Legal Shield associate, right? Your responsibility in order to maintain this $100,000 a year job or occupation was, number one, to take literally 5 to 10 minutes out your day, right? This isn't some BS.com, right? Not pie in the sky. I mean, literally your job description as a Legal Shield associate is 2 to 3 times a day to simply invite someone new, whether it be via social media, LinkedIn, Facebook, people you meet at the coffee shop, grocery store, backseat driving, Lyft, or quite frankly, at a social event. Your only responsibility is to go out at the end of the day and literally take all that's required is 5 to 10 minutes, right? So you're literally spending 5 to 10 minutes a day just simply inviting 2, 3, and if you're taking your business seriously, you're trying to get to your goal sooner rather than later, 5 exposures a day. That's your job description, right? To simply learn that simple skill, to make an invitation. So that's part of your deal, right? On top of that, your responsibility is to listen to about 2.5, maybe 3 hours at the most, right? It's a little bit of an exaggeration. At the most, 2 to 3 hours of training. So And you have options, right? You have choices. You can jump on a conference call for 30 minutes and hear from the best, those individuals who are achieving and have built the lifestyles that many of us are aspiring to. Many of them working 5, 10, 15 hours a week, earning a 6 and 7 figure income, right? So you have an opportunity to listen to those individuals tell you exactly how they get there. There are webcasts that transpire, right? You have the B2B webcast, small biz webcast. It happens on Thursday morning, but of course you can listen to the replay. You have the momentum call that transpires on Monday at 8 p.m. So part of your job description is to do about 2 to 3 to 5 exposures a day. And over the course of a week, listen to 2 to 3 trainings. I mean, that's it. This is your job description as a Legal Shield associate, right? And let's pretend you're being paid $100K per year just to do these things. Of course, let's be real, right? You got to add in probably an hour a day of follow-up, because if you're exposing individuals, you have to at some point in time follow up with them, have a conversation, find out what they like best, and then of course invite them to an event or invite them to speak with an expert who is more seasoned, more effective than you are, to help you basically bring that person to a point of decision. So this is your job description, right? There are trainings to transpire periodically. Of course, in our organization, Team New Horizons, we have a training to take place the first Saturday of each month, lasts about 3 hours, right? So that's 3 hours a month of live training. And of course, we occasionally have trainings that transpire in the evenings for about 2 hours. So maybe you're doing approximately 5 at the most, 15 hours per month, right? Not per week, but literally per month of live in-person training that you would be obligated, right, if you were working a job to attend. And of course, you have the business briefing, right, which transpires Mondays at 7 p.m. out in Southfield, Weston. Stay tuned. We will be introducing a new briefing very soon. But, let's just take drive time. Let's take the actual briefing itself and drive time away. If you want to hang out, shake hands, have a conversation, you're looking at about, 2-3 hours there. So let's do some math right quick, right? Exposures, training calls. You have the briefings that take place, right? Where we know social media is, but also social evidence, right? Being in a room full of individuals who are achieving success, hearing the story, hearing the presentation, hearing different ways in which other professionals have built successful businesses with Legal Shield in terms of their interactions, the membership, and business opportunity. So yeah, the information is always the same, but it's delivered differently, and there are gems, there are nuggets of wisdom that can be gained, right? So this is your time commitment. So about 2-3 hours at the most, right? You're going hard if you're doing this, of conference and training calls or webcasts. You're spending about 3 hours at attending a briefing. Over the course of a month, you're spending 5 hours in live trainings. That's not really time intensive, right? Maybe at the most 7 hours, right? So you attend every single training that's available to you live. And you're inviting 2 to 3 people a day to learn about what it is that you do. At some point, you master how to conduct a 3-way call. So I guess tack in 10 to 15 minutes of helping your business partners bring someone to a point decision or clarify something. Literally, you're talking less than 10 hours a week. That's your commitment to Legal Shield. Part-time, spare time, 10 hours a week. And look, it's real, right? For those of you who are listening to this, if you're listening to this, you're on our Team New Horizons Facebook page, which means more than likely you're on the Legal Shield Associate Success page. So just in our organization alone, you've seen postings where individuals within their first week, first 3 days, first month, have earned more money, 5-10 hours total in their business, than some people earn over the course of a month. Just being real, right? And I'm not talking about the seasoned vets like myself. I'm talking about brand new associates, still in their diapers, so to speak, right? Metaphorically speaking, but basically still learning. Don't know what they don't know, but literally have earned more within a handful of hours than some individuals earn full time over the course of a month at their jobs, and definitely more than individuals earn over the course of a week at their job. So it's real, right? It's not fabricated, right? That's the beautiful thing about our business. We don't have to pretend. We don't have to fake anything. We can fake it till we make it, right? We know what's happening. And then, of course, if you're on the Legal Shield Associate Success page, you see individuals raising their hand every single day, week, and month about how literally 10 hours a week, right? That's your job description. Exposures, attend a couple events, get involved in the training process, learn how to do a three-way call, support your team, right? The types of things that you typically do in any occupation anyway, right? And that's the extent of your time commitment. So what if there was a job tomorrow posted and you were hired for that job a week from now, and the boss turned to you and said, look, I'm going to pay you $100,000 a year to do the things that I just spelled out, right? That I just listed. Let's be real. Everyone listening to this training would plug in immediately. Like, there wouldn't be any question whether or not you listen to a SoundCloud video about how to make proper invitations to your PBR. There would not be any discussion about have you figured out how to download Prospect by Legal Shield to your phone to more effectively share content with prospects as you meet them so it can simplify your life and make the exposure process easier. There would be no debate about a 3-hour time commitment over the course of a week to attend a training or attend a briefing. There would be no debate over whether or not to attend a Super Saturday, a corporate regional, which is a total of, once again, 3 to 4 hours over an entire month for extended training. Like, there'd be no debate, right? You would just plug in. And that, at the end of the day, is a challenge, right? Because we know that's the business plan. That's the blueprint for success in our business. But because you don't pay $200,000, you don't pay $1.5 million, you don't pay $5 or $10 million, which is the cost to acquire a typical brick and mortar business, the amount of money that you would invest building that business out, you take the opportunity here for granted, right? And I guess this is a challenge to those individuals who say, look, I want to take my business to the next level, but I don't quite know where to begin. I don't quite know, I haven't mastered a certain skill yet, or I haven't come to a certain knowledge yet. Well, what I would challenge you to do is treat your business as if it's a $250,000 a year job, a $100,000 a year job, a $1.5 million a year, a $5 million an hour job. If you adopt that mindset to your business, you wouldn't take off a day, you wouldn't take off a week, you wouldn't take off a month. You would at least do the 2-3 exposures a day. Let's be real, right? Because it doesn't require a huge commitment in terms of time, but rather focus and rather discipline and a willingness to embrace a system that is so absolutely effective, it's inarguable whether or not it works or not. So for those individuals, who are looking where to begin here with the mindset, right? That you begin to treat your business like a $100K, $250K, $1.5 million a year job, and it'll pay you like a business, right? And of course, we know the best is yet to come for those individuals who have joined and who are yet to join. We know that the fastest horses haven't hit the track yet. And of course, I celebrate everyone's success in advance. Everyone have a fantastic evening. Goodbye for now.